What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today the fake news CNN has jumped into the trashing of the fandom and creating the false narrative like we needed any more help showing the lack of credibility with these situations. Then CNN jumps into the fight, only helping our case. So the headline here is Comic-Con kicks off amid period, showing off fandom's ugly side. And the key you need to understand here, and they're talking about Comic-Con beginning, and it says, in June, Star Wars The Last Jedi co-star Kelly Marie Tran made headlines by deleting her Instagram post, responding to racist and misogynistic trolling that chased her from those platforms. Her decision follows Daisy Ridley's exit from Instagram in 2016 after she spoke out about gun violence, as well as the venom rhetoric directed at Leslie Jones that year when the all-female version of Ghostbusters produced a jarring level of online vitriol, prompting her to temporarily leave Twitter. Such hate-filled voices likely represent a small portion of the fan community, as The Last Jedi director noted, saying via Twitter, on social media, a few unhealthy people can cast a big shadow on the wall, but over the past 4 years, I've met lots of real fellow Star Wars fans. We like and dislike stuff, but we do it with humor, love, and respect. We're the vast majority. We're having fun and doing just fine. What? You're using Ryan Johnson as someone to set a precedent for treating fans respectfully? Fake news CNN? Are you kidding me right now? Do you understand how much you are helping our argument and hurting your own? Unbelievable. And then Luke Holland was writing in The Guardian with an ugly pattern of concerted attacks on diversity and representation within high-profile science fiction and fantasy properties. For studios, Comic-Con remains a prime venue and a valuable way of stoking interest in upcoming projects by turning the most avid fans into ambassadors for them. The lure of early glimpses and previews of eagerly awaited fare creates a multiplier effect that offers the potential of viral return on their marketing dollars. Meaning the fans are the ones that actually shows up to these events, not the SJWs that you continue to pander to. But go ahead, pander to those people. Pander to them and watch what happens to your conventions. Watch what happens when SJWs show up with their little pink pussy hats and start protesting and playing the victim with every single thing that happens on this floor. Go ahead and do that. See what happens. But this article just continues to dive into more nonsense and more bullshit. And look, I think it's great. I think it's great that fake news CNN is jumping into this argument, using situations where, going back to Kelly Marie Tran made headlines by deleting her Instagram post, responding to racist and misogynistic trolling that chased her from those platforms. Do you have any proof? Do you have any proof of that? And even if you do have a comment here, a comment there, welcome to the internet. Everybody that gets on the internet gets attacked. Everybody. I get attacked. You get attacked. You can simply just be making a comment in a Facebook post on a public page and people will go after you. They will take your pictures. They will meme them. They will talk shit about you. That is the internet. If you don't like it, then do something about it, but don't sit there and try to marginalize it to be one specific gender or race that's dealing with it. This is the internet. It's not your safe space, and all you're doing is taking small little instances and trying to create a false narrative around it when that is the norm for anybody on the internet. Nobody is safe. Nobody. My white privilege card does not work on the internet. I've tried it and it continues to be declined. I do continue to receive my healthy paychecks every month, and I do have a great credit score apparently, even though every time I try to get something I get declined. But my white privilege does not work on the internet. Nobody's privilege works on the internet. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter what kind of car you drive. It doesn't matter how big your following is. The internet has no mercy. It does not care. But you're trying to specifically say it's only dangerous for women. No, that is a false narrative. CNN, you are fake news, you are lying, and you are helping our case. So thank you. Thank you very much, CNN. This does nothing but help the argument, and we appreciate it. And these types of articles, please continue to produce more. Continue so we can talk about them. This is amazing. You guys have a great day. Say hello to Fake News CNN and Boobs Baldwin. If you're not familiar with what happened with Brooke Baldwin, Clay Travis, someone I'm a big fan of, was on her show last year. I'll drop a link if I can. He's a sports commentator. And he was on Brooke Baldwin's show, and at one point he made the comment that he only believes in two things: the First Amendment and boobs. And she lost her mind. It was so funny to watch her have this meltdown on air, and Clay Travis didn't back down at all. Because there's nothing wrong with saying that. And then there's video of her and, what's his name, Don Lemon, where they're drunk on New Year's night, and he's talking about, I think, getting his nipples pierced, and she's never offended by that. But the moment Clay Travis just simply said what every grown-ass American man says, that he believes in the First Amendment and boobs, she acts so offended. And then the other guy that was on the panel, some dude, he acted all super offended by what Clay Travis said. And then Clay Travis went back and found like old tweets from this guy, where this guy was talking about how much he loves women's big asses bouncing around and all that shit. And it's like, dude, quit playing your virtue signaling. You were never offended by another man saying he likes boobs. CNN is a complete joke. And this is great. So please continue producing this content, CNN. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later.
And that had absolutely nothing to do with sports. And they said, look, you can't have this opinion. It's too conservative. We're not going to allow it. I think that's a bad move. I'm a First Amendment absolutist. I believe in only two things completely: the First Amendment and boobs. And so once they made the decision that they were not going to allow a conservative, non-sports related commentary, they couldn't do it either.
Hold on. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly as a woman anchoring the show. Did you say, what did you just say? You believe in the First Amendment and BWBS?
Boobs. Two things that have only never let me down in this entire country's history: the First Amendment and boobs. So those are the only two things I believe in absolutely in the country. And so I don't think Jemele Hill should be fired, but I do think, straight up, that once you make the decision that you are going to let Kurt Schilling...
Okay. Keith, what do you think?
Listen, I'm astonished at almost everything I just heard. One of the things that, and Jamele's a personal friend, not just a colleague, but a personal friend. One of the things that Jamele's had to deal with her entire career, and many women who I'm friends with in this business and have been friends with in this business for a long time, is sexism, blatant sexism, comments about her appearance, comments about her racially, comments about her inability or perceived inability to be able to comment on sports because of her gender. So for somebody to come on CNN and to say something like, the only thing I believe in a discussion about something
I'm still there too, and I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. BOOZE or BOOBS? Because as a woman, I'm
as in boobs. I believe completely in the First Amendment and in boobs. Those are the only two things I believe 100% in this country. And by the way, Jemele has absolutely nothing to do with her background at all. Did you notice that? He went straight to that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I did go straight to that.
Why would you even say that live on national television and with a female host?
I say it live on the radio all the time because it's true, and that's what I do. Because I like boobs and the First Amendment, which is exactly what I said.